McDonald's drive-thru, and I got the Grinch meal. So this is going to be my one meal a day. I eat one meal a day most days, and I like to do it without restriction and dieting, and sometimes that means McDonald's. I honestly haven't had a McDonald's burger, I truly don't think, in years. But I made an exception. I used to love Big Macs, and probably the last time I had a Big Mac, did they have it with the adult Happy Meals? Probably. But I love Christmas. I like the Grinch movie. I have to try this. I like limited time offering things, and that's one thing I like about fasting is I don't have to like wonder how this fits in Weight Watchers. But look how cute the box is. So I obviously got the Big Mac version. Whenever I get a Big Mac, I get extra pickles, onions, and lettuce. And if you're unaware, I have shared this before, but I used to work at a McDonald's and I would eat there twice a day. My 16th birthday was spent starting at McDonald's. I worked the opening shift, and I would eat my breakfast, and then I would get lunch at the end of my shift, and I would pay half price for it. So I usually had like some sort of a breakfast. I don't know. I still love McDonald's breakfast, but then I would have often one of their salads with grilled chicken and a sundae or a McFlurry when I was leaving. And I still think McDonald's Pop is elite. So I have the Big Mac. It came in here. There's fries, and there are shaker fries. So I'm going to have those here in a moment. But I'm going to take my first bite of the day with my Big Mac. And I'm kind of excited to try the shaker fries. I love things pickle. I mean, they went hard on the extra here. Sometimes extra does not actually get extra. But I'm excited. So one thing to note, holy moly. They really went extra on this, and I'm not complaining. It's just funny. Oh, I ate dinner last night, so eating earlier today, I wanted to be among the first to try this. I didn't get my normal 18 hours, but I'm eating early today, and then tomorrow I'm going to eat later, so I'll get a nice long fast in between that OMAD. So it makes up the difference. I no longer sweat. Like, yes, I still try to get an 18-hour fast in between every OMAD, but if it doesn't happen, I know it's going to be made up for later. But here we go. First Big Mac in a while. I haven't had one in a long time, but I'm excited too. It's just very messy. So here's my first bite of the day. Uh-oh. It's really good still. I've always liked the Big Mac. I love the sauce. I love the crunchiness. When I work the grill, Big Macs are my favorite thing to make too. So yep, that's still good. Okay, so this is the McShaker fries. Here are the instructions. You pour your fries in here, then you sprinkle and you roll the top, and then you shake it. And apparently you have to look a little evil to eat it. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna get these in here. My fries do not feel very warm, even though it is early in the lunch hour. So fries are in there. And we have dill pickle seasoning. And I did get honey mustard because that's what I like to eat fries with from like fast food restaurants, which it's been a long time since I've done that. But I forgot I had the Grinch salt. Ooh, very pickly. So here we go. There's the pickle. Very dill, I guess. And we're going to put this in here to my fries that don't look like I don't think they look like they're cooked enough. They're pretty pale, which again, I've made many a fries in my day at McDonald's. So I worked at McDonald's when I was 16, and I worked full time in the summer. And then when I was back in high school, I lied to both McDonald's and an apple orchard I worked at, and I would work the maximum hours I could in the evening. A lot of times I was washing dishes at McDonald's, and then I worked at the apple orchard, and neither of them thought I worked very much at the other one. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden there is a lot of messages. Hi, Diabala, you asked for a shout out. Hello, thank you very much. It's a very nice comment from you. I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. All of a sudden, I don't know if this happens, but why do you lie when they ask for ID? I don't know what that means. So I don't know what that means, but I shook these fries. I think all of my seasoning is going to be stuck in the top ones. Again, I don't think they cooked the fries very good. They didn't know they were going on YouTube. But let's try these. They're actually pretty good. Definitely salty. What does it remind me of? Like dill pickle chips, essentially. That's what it reminds me of. Or I love dill pickle popcorn. Oh, I didn't lie about my age. Sorry. I lied about the amount of hours I was working. So I can't remember what the hours were. Back when I had to lie, you know, when you're in school, you're only allowed to work a certain amount of hours a week. And I think it was like 15 for my age. I told each of them I was only working like 1 or 2 hours at the other job. And I was working way more than I should have. I think like 30 hours. So they knew my true age. They didn't know how many hours I was working at the other job. And that's where the lying was. Would I suggest that to my kid? No. Did I enjoy having that amount of money? Yes. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you? I actually like these quite a bit. I wish the fries were cooked more. They are definitely underdone. I think they were trying to get through lunch rush. But I like them. So far it's an A+ for me. And then this is the part that was really exciting to me. I'm guessing I will give these to Elsie. She loves fun socks. I have giant feet. Elsie has giant feet, but they're really skinny, so it's easier to have her fit into things. Oh, what are you crocheting? I wish I knew how to, I can't even remember the difference between knit and crocheting, but I want to be able to make granny squares. But ready? Let's see, which one do I get? Oh, I got the red pair. So it says Property of the Grinch on the bottom. Cindy Lou Who. They're actually really cute. I take it back. I'm going to keep them, Elsie. They're adorable. But my daughter, her friend, Ollie, is from England. And I was telling him about this. And he said he wanted to get Christmas socks. And he calls McDonald's Mackey's. And I told him he should go get a Mackey's meal. Try it, make a YouTube short on it, because he also is wanting to do YouTube, and then he could get Christmas socks that are branded. So we'll see if today he goes and gets one. You know, I see, okay, so you're making a hat. Awesome. I bet that's going to be amazing. I would love it. Actually, my mom has made me a, I don't know, crocheted or knit, honestly. But I hope it turns out great, whether for you or a gift. I am doing a 72-hour fast. It's the first Sunday of the month. So because Sunday was this November 30th, it is this week, Sunday through Wednesday. And I'm going to be posting about that later today. So yes, there's a 72-hour fast coming. I was doing it with someone, but she just emailed me today that she's unable to do it. So it's not going to be one where I record with someone. And I'm not going to try to find someone last minute just because it takes a little coordination, and it actually feels a little bit like a relief of my schedule that I don't have to check in with someone, because it's turning into a very busy, December feels crazy for everyone. So I'm not going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing the community fast, but I'm not going to be doing it where I check in with someone just because the person kind of, I don't want to say, dropped out. It just doesn't work for them anymore right now. Yes, I think the socks are actually quite adorable. I'm pretty excited about them. I just hope my feet fit. The thing is, I figure since they're gender neutral and they're meant for men or women, that me being a woman having giant feet is still not like a man having giant feet. So I hope they're meant to stretch. But yeah, I'm excited for this meal. I wanted to just hop on. I still think my favorite part is probably the box. I think that is an adorable box. And I love a Big Mac. I've always loved Big Macs, but it's fun, and it's a fun adult version. Do I like donuts? Absolutely. I really like donuts. Funny enough, when I said I worked at an apple orchard, I used to make donuts, like the cinnamon, pumpkin, and original, and they were amazing. If we die at any time, then what's the point of living? Enjoying your life before you die. McRonald. My eyes match my shirt. Every time I wear this shirt, I do think my eyes look a little green. Okay, well, thank you for taking the time to tell me no one cares and to get off live as you are on my live. Bye. I don't know how to block someone. Hide user on this channel. Perfect. So hopefully that took care of that. Did you make a custom donut? No, I've never made a custom donut, but that would be fun. We have a local donut shop called Sweetwater's, and they used to, they had like a donut. I don't remember what it was. They had something where if you won, you got to create a custom donut, and I do think that would have been fun. I don't know what I would have done. I'm a big fan of like maple and bacon together, and they've done versions of that, but I'm like maybe a filled donut with their banana pudding and then maple and bacon. I don't know. But yeah, the fart was wild. I absolutely did not fart on here. Whatever. Let's see. I have a question. I break fast at 10 a.m. When do I eat my next meal? I truly don't. One, I think it matters like what is important to you in your day. So if you eat breakfast one day and then you want to eat dinner the next day, I would fast until then. Are you trying to do one meal a day? Okay, this is hilarious. You clearly heard a fart. I'm sitting in a gas station parking lot. It's probably loud out there. But I would honestly prioritize whatever works well for you. So if you eat breakfast one day and you're trying to do one meal a day, I would fast until the next day. And then what's important in that day? Do you want to eat breakfast again? Do you want to have dinner with a friend, lunch with a friend, dinner with your family? Just prioritize that and try to go between day to day, just eat meals one time if you're trying to do OMAD. I see there's another one. Dope says, I've been watching you for a year and a half now. I've been following your OMAD and tips. And I'm finally at my goal weight as of last month. Yay, good for you. I can't thank you enough. You're a godsend. Yay, thank you so much, Dope. I think it's dope you did that. I absolutely love eating one meal a day. And it has changed my life because I can do fun things like this without feeling bad about it or trying to fit it into something. And I like food. I like the fun of food. I like trying limited time offerings, and this kind of stuff is honestly fun for me. And like I said, I grew up eating McDonald's twice a day, and it's hard to like have that be part of your life and then feel like it's totally off limits. And do I eat McDonald's regularly? No. Do I enjoy doing things like this? Yes. Have I ever had a McGriddle? Yes. I actually worked at McDonald's in high school when they came out, and I thought it sounded absolutely awful. And then we started baking them, and I'm like, those smell pretty good. And once I tried one, it's literally my favorite breakfast. I like McGriddles a lot. With sausage. I do the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. I have not had a Stranger Things burger at KFC. I don't know what that is. So I'm not sure if I'd like it, but I like burgers. I just don't. KFC, like my husband loved KFC, and it would be the last place I'd pick. No offense to KFC. I just like other places more, I guess. Steve said, I thought chocolate cheese sounded good for someone that likes cheese and chocolate until I tasted it in Wisconsin. That doesn't even get me interested. I'm not a huge chocolate person, though. It depends on what it is. Like, there's this mint chocolate milk lately that I love. I'm actually on the hunt for it today. But it's like it has to be so creamy, then I like chocolate. What do you think about fasting with if you have a fast metabolism? Honestly, I think every person needs to find what works for them. I don't really know how that would impact. I don't feel like I've ever been someone that's had like a particularly fast or a particularly slow metabolism, but I feel like if you metabolize fast and you're hungry really quick and you're not getting enough from the food, then you probably need a longer eating window. But I'm not at all a nutritionist or anything to where I feel like giving nutrition advice. I just more share the lifestyle of someone that's found freedom in it. But you got to find what works for you. Let's see. I would definitely rather eat Popeyes than KFC. KFC is salty as hell. I don't know about that. Thank you for the nice face comment. Chicken McGriddle. I've never had that. I don't know. I just like the sausage so much that I never tried. Oh, spiders on the web. Hello. Big fan of you from Europe and the Netherlands. Hello. Thank you so much. Someday I hope, especially now that Mila has a friend that lives in England, to go to the Netherlands, or not to the Netherlands. I mean, that sounds amazing too, but I would absolutely love to go to Europe someday. Thank you for the nice comment. Japan Samurai. Not sure what that means, but let's see. Popeyes has the best mac and cheese. I've never had that. I'm not the biggest mac and cheese person, although I did like Culver's. What if any chicken places do you like, or places that also have good chicken? Well, Steve, my absolute favorite chicken place is a local place. It's called Turbo Chicken, and they hand bread and fry their chicken every day. If I'm talking chain, I mean, chicken is not my default. I would go burger more than chicken, or like breakfast sausage type stuff. But I do like Chick-fil-A. I also like Culver's chicken tenders. I'm not a nugget person. Pretty much any boneless wings I have. I've liked Popeye's chicken sandwiches, but it's not like my go-to, I guess. What 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. okay for an eating window? I think so. If that works for you, I would just be 100% not committed to like making it feel like you have to do that every day. Be flexible. That's going to help us be sustainable. If you have a work event that you want to eat from 6 to 8 p.m. someday, allow yourself to do that. Just fast a little longer. If you want to meet a girlfriend for lunch, fast a little shorter and have the eating window earlier in the day, and then fast until the next day, 2 to 4. Be flexible and don't at all like feel like you have to keep the same thing. Variety is going to be very helpful for you. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're able to be here. I definitely I don't know that I say they have the best chicken just because I'm not an authority, but I do like Popeyes the few times I've had it. My favorite restaurant with me and my husband, Johnny, well, again, it's a local place that I think both of us would like call it a favorite. It's called Zingo, where it's Asian fusion is what they call it. And it's Qdoba style, where they build it right in front of you, but it's like rice or noodles and then Asian meats and sauces and a bunch of fresh vegetables. We haven't done it in a long time, but we both really love that. I would say like a chain type restaurant that we both really like would be, I don't know, we have differing opinions, but I think we both love, he really likes the Cheesecake Factory and I do too. We don't go there often. We don't have one super local, like fast food. I don't know. See, like he'd like Qdoba and I probably like Chipotle more. We both like Culver's. I don't know. We have differing ones, but he loves Carrabba's and I like Carrabba's. I just don't, pasta's not my first pick ever. So that's, I don't know. We have mutuals that we like, but they wouldn't be the same favorite unless you're saying Zingo. I'm a half hour from where your favorite store Aldi is from Germany. I cannot. Someday, if I ever hit 100,000 on Aldi Addict or Grocery Addict, I'm going to German Aldi. I'll probably still do it anyways, but I'd like to do it in celebration of that. Go for me. Get all the goodies. I want to go. I'll have to learn a little German though. So, Joanne asked, no snacking after your OMAD, right? Well, honestly, I am pretty fluid with the definition because I skip breakfast. Today I'm eating lunch, but normally I skip breakfast, skip lunch. And if I'm, say, having my eating window and I'm having nuts and cheese, and then while I'm cooking dinner, tasting my food, then I eat my meal, the entree, and then I want a bowl of ice cream later. I'll do all of that in a day. Do I do it every day? No. But if I have like a 3-course meal, appetizer, entree, dessert, it doesn't bother me. Or even instead of dessert, if I have popcorn with a pop while we're watching a movie or popcorn and candy, I still consider that one meal a day. I didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch, and then I ate my dinner. Sometimes my OMAD could be a 3-hour eating window. Most of the times it's much smaller than that. But if there's like, we just started basketball season and my older daughter, their team is not the best. But if she scores a single point in any game, we told her we'll get ice cream afterwards. It's like an incentive for her to not worry about if she's going to make it or not. Just shoot the ball, like put yourself out there. And if I want to have ice cream after her game with the family, I don't do it every time, but I allow myself that opportunity. If it sounds good and I want to, I don't want to feel left out. Do I do it every time? No. Do I feel left out because I choose not to? No, because it's always an option. So having the ice cream after that is important to me in sustaining this lifestyle, is the ability to have the freedom. I just thought yes, I tried it and I keep talking, so I haven't ate much of it. I like the fries. I love my Big Mac. I have always liked Big Mac. I get extra pickles, onions, and lettuce. My fries were kind of undercooked though, so I wish they were cooked more. Do you two fight of the food shopping? No, we don't fight. I'm very picky. 3 of the 5 people in my family are very picky, so I try to make meals that fit everyone, and it's very difficult. But I shop every Monday and I share it on my grocery channel. Hello in Kansas City. You should try it for lunch. If it sounds fun to you, you'd like it. I got really cute socks and a Diet Coke. I didn't share that. Did OMAD ever stop me menstruating? No, actually, I had an extremely irregular period, and I'm talking it would go for 2 weeks, and then it would come a week later. I would have a very long, very heavy period. It never stopped being heavy and pretty long, but it came more every 4 weeks. Once I started fasting, I added a lot of regularity to my cycle, even though it was still irregular, if that makes sense. I actually just had a hysterectomy, so I won't have that issue anymore. But no, I never stopped. It did help it more regularly, and I one time had a 100-hour fast during my period. It was the best period I ever had. Way less cramps. I felt so much better. I get very crampy, very long, very heavy, and my 100-hour fast was the best period I ever had. Or of memory, I guess. I don't remember every single one, obviously. Okay, so in case you missed it, the fries have the Grinch salt. So you take this dill pickle seasoning and you put it in the bag. So your fries come in a normal fry holder, but then you dump it in here and you shake it all together. It gives you instructions on the back. And if you like dill pickle chips, like I'm thinking Jimmy John's had dill pickle chips, or if you like pickle, I actually think you would like these. And then the Big Mac is just a normal Big Mac. But the fries, or the socks, you don't know which one you're going to get. They're in this bag, and you can't really see what's in there. So you have to keep going to try to get all 4, which I'm not going to do, by the way. Okay, so Spiders on the Web wants to know. Oh, hi, Vicky. Hello, Vicky Va. Sorry. In Seattle, doing a 36-hour fast. Enjoy. The McDonald's is awful. Don't eat. I'm not trying to tempt you. That's what I'm saying. It's not really awful, but I don't want to tempt you. On my update, I think it's really important. If you have a hard time eating more than an OMAD, just keep your window open until you're hungry again. So if that means having on your update an earlier breakfast and then eating dinner, it doesn't have to be extremely short. You don't have to be right at 6 hours. Have it be a 12-hour OMAD if it takes that long to be hungry again. That's what I would do. Also, if you have a hard time having an up day and eating food, then alternate day fasting, honestly, I would consider, is that something that you can do? But I definitely think it's important to refeed. And so say you have 10 a.m. breakfast on your up day, eat again at 6 or 7 p.m. So I hope that helps. But yeah, if it doesn't work, I wouldn't keep doing it, or try it different ways to see if it works. It is a little more expensive. I don't really know what a Big Mac meal is, but I think it was $12 for this. But they always have rewards, so I had a 20% off of an $8 or more purchase. So it made it pretty decent. I haven't had a McDonald's meal in so long. I truly don't know what they cost normally. Let's see here. Yes, I was diagnosed officially with a psychologist with ADHD last November, and I do take a medication for it. It definitely helps. So one thing that's hard for me with being self-employed is I'm very responsive to things that are due. So having a boss and turning things in, or when I was in school, turning things in, I use that kind of deadline. When you're self-employed, it's easy for me to push things off. So it helps me to focus. And I've definitely had very helpful results from it. Pickle chips are among my favorite too. You will like these if you like fries and you like pickle chips. Pickles for breakfast is crazy, but right now it's lunchtime here in Michigan. It's almost 11:40. I don't normally eat this early, but it is lunchtime, not breakfast. Sorry, AJC, that I've influenced you, but I do hope you enjoy the meal. I think it's worth it, and I'm excited. Like, I'm not disappointed I got it. I actually really do enjoy this seasoning. My husband does not do OMAD. He kind of, he will drink energy drinks, or he will like have the smallest amount of food during the day, and then he eats a lot later in the day. And he sometimes does OMAD, but not intentionally or tracking anything or trying to lose weight. He just more like works super hard during the day and ignores his needs. I'm like, you should actually stop, or you should actually track your fast and do it intentionally, because there's days he comes home and he's super hungry, but it's like he's had so little that it triggers his hunger and he doesn't get to stay in a fasted state, but he's not eating enough to where it feels good, if that makes sense. Like, he's teasing himself. I'm glad you like the tips. Let's see. If I woke up to learn that there was a legit $1 billion in my bank account, what's the first thing you would do? I would buy my mom a brand new car and a house. That's the first thing I would do. Then I would probably, well, I guess I lied. The first thing I would do is verify that it's mine. I would be so afraid to spend any money and then someone demand it back. Then I would buy my mom a house and a car, whatever she wants. And then probably continue like blessing the people around me. Yeah, but my mom, first thing that comes to my mind. My personal primary care physician just retired, but she saw me before I did OMAD, and she has seen the improvement. My fatty liver went away. She saw my blood continue to improve in annual physicals, and she saw me lose the weight and maintain the weight loss. And she said, whatever you're doing, keep it up. Very supportive. Even with this hysterectomy and becoming anemic, we talked at length about, is it diet related? And she in no way thought it was. She was very supportive because she saw all of my health changes, and she had no issue with it. Now, when I had, let me think, my tonsils out, the ENT, who I barely know, he like gave me some crappy response, but then I didn't really care because I didn't know him well. And, you know, my primary care physician is the one that I was more interested in making sure she's on board. And she was. And now since she's retired, I have a new one. And again, very supportive and like in the transition care. I've only seen her once, but I've been very pleased and I haven't heard anything negative. So CWS, if I make enough money from YouTube to replace my previous income, yes, but I was a stay-at-home mom, so my income was zero. I did used to work for the government. I have a bachelor's degree, a graduate degree, and then I wanted to stay home, so I stayed home, and we financially put ourselves in a position where we could do that. But then I really missed working, but I also love being a stay-at-home mom, so YouTube allowed me to like have that sense of production and contributing to our family and doing things that were creative, and then also earning an income. And yes, I do make a full-time income from it. I definitely do full-time work, but I love that it's flexible and it's fun. So like yesterday, I have an opportunity to make a food brand ad of a brand that I love, and to make it part of my job is just kind of amazing. And it's exciting. And then my kids get to see that and be a part of it. It's just a lot of fun. It is a lot of work, but yes. Let's see. Sorry, my question wasn't clear. I also take meds for ADHD, and I was wondering if it's safe because the meds suppress hunger, but if I don't eat it, it can make me feel dizzy. I was wondering if it was safe. So I know some people, yes, find the suppression of hunger. I honestly haven't really noticed that, but I tend to eat late in the day. So I did take my ADHD medication today, and I'm still going to finish this entire meal once I'm done blabbing. I don't have an issue with that. I don't know why. I will say on the opposite When I have medications that tend to make me hungry, they make me very, very hungry, but I've never really seen it suppress my appetite much. So I've never really had that experience. If it suppresses your hunger and you don't eat, I would find that to be an issue, and I would definitely talk to your physician about that, because if you're not eating and you're fasting and then you're not actually like having the refeed, then you're not doing the fasting, in my opinion, correctly, because you need to make sure you're still eating and getting nutrients and that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Miss Ash says, I love your grocery channel. You influence a lot of my purchases. Sorry, and you're welcome. I hope you do enjoy them. I try not to share things that I think are junk or not good. So I hope you enjoy the things I influence you to purchase. I love my Aldi purchases. Going to watch your last haul now. I just want to say hi. Hi. Have a good day to you too. Hope you have some wonderful purchases as a result. Thank you for watching the channel. You had a hysterectomy 4 years ago. I remember the bloated feeling. Oh my gosh, that was the worst. I had no clue. I had literally no clue that I would feel like there was so much air pressing everything. That was the absolute worst. Let's see. I was doing your way of fasting, but then my body started to reject my 500 calorie down days. I think it was too restrictive as I was approaching my normal BMI. Do you have that experience? I don't know what you mean by rejecting your 500 calorie down days. If it feels too restrictive for you, I would pay attention to that, because I don't think, one, it's very personal. Like, my experience on a down day is different than anyone else's. We're individuals, the foods we eat, the length of fast in between. If you're feeling like your body's rejecting it, I would try different things. As I got close to my, like, the weight I'm at, the 150 is right where I hover. I feel like it's definitely like slower to lose weight. I don't know if that's what you mean by reject, but I don't feel like I have issues with it. And I would definitely lean into what you're feeling for yourself and make changes to your schedule based on that. Do I think my username is contradictory, fasting foodie? No. I think it's like it draws attention to what it is. I love to fast, but I love food. Like, I like to go find limited time offerings and have the fun with it. I'm not like a highbrow palate type person or super refined in my taste. I just enjoy food and the fun of food, and like going to an NBA stadium. I was looking forward to seeing what food they have there. Like, a new city, I want to check out what they have to offer. That's what I mean. Like, I'm someone that fasts so that I can lean into my joy of food. I know a lot of people feel like if you really enjoy food, that fasting is impossible. And that is why I continue to share, is I want people to see, like, just because you love food doesn't mean you have to suffer if you want to find a balance, because I constantly was like, why do I love food so much? But losing weight and doing diets feels impossible for any lasting results. I don't think it's contradictory. I do think it surprises people, though. Yay, I'm so glad that I've been a positive impact. I'm not going to share how much a single video pays. Cars for Life High. It really depends. Like, it really, really is hard to say. Shorts are way different than long form. The type of long form pays very different depending on what it is. A grocery video, people are in a buying mindset. They are consumers. If you watch grocery shopping content, you are someone that buys for your family. If you watch, reaction type videos, you are probably a young child. So ads change 100% depending on what you are. This lifestyle channel I have doesn't pay the same as like the grocery channel. So it really depends. It's so impossible to be like 200 or 2 million views pays this. Plus, I have so few videos that have reached 2 million views that I don't even know what it is offhand, but it really varies. I can't even look. Like, say this meal cost me $11. Will this video make me $11? I have no idea. But I think it adds to my channel. And overall, in the end, it contributes to what I share, the fun of food, the eating one meal a day, and maybe each video doesn't pay for itself. But in the end, it's worthwhile. I hope that makes sense, but it's not, I can't go like video by video and tell you what it earns. I mean, I could if I looked at my analytics, but it's not representative, I don't think, of the full picture, because this short or a live earns different than a short, which earns different than a long form. And it all varies. Thank you for the cute comment. That's very nice of you. It wasn't enough food on my 500 calorie down day. Sorry. Oh, I don't have any issues stopping because I make it so intentional and I try to make it filling. So doing things like a lot of cauliflower rice or a lot of broccoli or a lot of spinach, like things that can be filling, to make the 500 calories satisfactory and then enjoyable. I found that I'm pretty good at, like I have it all ready. I eat it quick, or like, I'm trying to think, like a protein iced coffee, that kind of stuff can be more filling and still really good. And then it makes me feel satisfied. I've never really had an issue. Sometimes, you know, like it might be a smaller one than normal, but I just know that I'm intentionally doing this. But I've never had like, I can't do it. If you don't like 500 calorie down days, I will say this. If you're finding you have a hard time with them, some people just prefer a full day fast and then you just stay fasted and you don't have the temptation to go beyond 500 calories. Some people don't like 500 calorie down days at all, and they just prefer their down days to just be a full day fast. I like them both. If I had trouble stopping at the 500 calories, I would just do the full day fast. I choose to do full day fast often because it's just easier than figuring out a 500 calorie meal. Let's see here. I've developed an app where users can get personalized meal plans according to user stats like BMI, BMR. Do you think it'll work? It uses AI to suggest meals. Potentially. I'm not someone that does that kind of like data on meal planning. It's just more like, oh, it's going to be a really cold week. I want lots of soups. Like that's how I like to meal plan, which is probably one of the reasons that dieting is very contradictory to how I like to live, I guess. Or it's like, oh, we have really busy weeks this week. I don't base my meal plan on my BMI. It's more like lifestyle situational. What's going on? What's the environment like? What sales are going on at the store? What fun foods are around? You know, that kind of stuff is how I do my meal plan. But I'm sure there's people that could find use in it. Ooh, I'm getting so many messages behind. I'm sorry. My food is getting cold, but let's see. I see you. I've inspired. Thank you, Texas sister. Is that what it says? Sister talk. Wendy. I don't know what that means. You've inspired me to eat one meal a day and I've lost 50 pounds. Yay! It used to be easy. I would try a full day fast. If the low calorie is not working, try the full day fast and see if that makes a difference. Should we fast every day or switch it up to avoid getting a slow metabolism? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I am someone that is practicing this lifestyle and loves it. I need to make that very clear. I read a lot about it, but I don't have like a training background. I don't like to give this kind of advice because I just know it's not my background. Personally, what I've learned and what I experience is that for me means mental. I like to have the variety. If I have a day where I randomly just decide I'm gonna eat more than normal and that's gonna be okay, it's important to me to be able to make that decision. I also feel like when your body sees I fast and then I always get fed and then I fast and I get fed and some days it's more and some days it's less, it's not gonna get stuck in a routine of, oh, well, we won't burn fat for fuel. We know every day between 2 and 4 p.m. Jackie's going to eat. We don't have to burn fat for fuel. When it knows that sometimes you're in a 12-hour fast and sometimes you're in a 45-hour fast, when it wants energy, it knows to tap into your fat stores. That's how I understand it. Not a scientist, but I think variety is really important, not only for the physical, but for your mental ability to sustain the lifestyle. If you feel like every day you're only allowed to eat 2 to 4 p.m. or 1 to 3 p.m. or 1 hour a day, you're not going to be able to stick with it. Or I personally wouldn't be able to, because I'm, you know, in January, my husband has a work party and you get to get all dialed up and go to a nice hotel in the area. I want to be able to participate in that. And I don't want to feel like it's not 2 to 4 p.m. How am I going to do this? No, I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to fast until I get there. I'm going to enjoy the event. I don't know how long it's going to last. and I'll close my fast when I'm done eating there, whenever I'm happy and satisfied. And that is super easy to maintain. Like allowing myself to enjoy what is in my life, how I want to, and fast around it is important. And so that variety is great for me here, but I also think it does a lot for my fasting schedule. My body doesn't get stuck in a rut. It's like, okay, we're fasting. We need energy. Let's go to Jackie's Thighs. That's where a lot of my fat stores are. Oh, Jackie fed us right now. Great. Oh, we're fasting again. Well, we know how to do this. I've done it enough that my body knows how to fast, but it's not so stuck in a trend where it doesn't tap into fat stores when it needs energy. Oh, years ago, people told me they made $300 for 1 million views on a video, but other people said they made about $3 per 1,000 views. I absolutely believe both of those people without knowing who they are. I think it's a true reality that it could be that way. Again, shorts, live, long form, the content. If it's some Italian brain rot for kids, I can guarantee you that the AdSense on that is so low compared to someone who talks about financial planning. It's just so varied. But I can tell you on my video that I have 1 million views, my long form, it's a lot more than $300. I don't know what it is though, but I can tell you it's definitely not $300. When you love food, fasting is the way to enjoy all the food without feeling bad about it. High five to that. All diets make you feel bad, and that's absolutely the truth. I am not telling someone you need to eat McDonald's French fries. That is not the truth. I am saying I don't do well with restriction. I like to enjoy food and eating windows and limited time offerings. Here's how I make fasting fit my own personal life. That doesn't mean you have to enjoy the Grinch meal. That doesn't mean you have to go seek McDonald's new limited time offering or the new Starbucks Christmas menu. I like that kind of stuff. And I like that I found a lifestyle where I can do fun things. I can go to Indianapolis this past weekend, have an epic steak tailgating breakfast, eat however I wanted, enjoy it. And then I closed my eating window and went to the football game satisfied. I had no guilt about it. I loved it. And I like that I can build whatever that is into my life. And that's why I share, because I want people to find the same freedom and peace that I found through that. And now my fries are so cold. But it's okay. I love talking about fasting. Angela says, I was doing fasting for a few years, lost 35 pounds. I have heart issues, had a few surgeries, took a break from fasting, but I'm going to start again today. I feel so good mentally and physically when I fast. I am praying for your heart, Angela. I hope it is going well. Your recovery is going well. And I think it's amazing that you took a break to take care of what you needed to with the heart. Fasting is always going to be an option when you're able to and ready. And I'm cheering for you. And I think it's great that you are taking care of what you need to, however that looks. But woohoo, I also feel great mentally and physically with fasting. I want that peace for everyone. Zarasim, I don't know if that's like a first and last name. I'm sorry, I probably messed it up, but yes, I tried a full day fast and I get dizzy and nauseous. Now I'm just eating normal every day, being mindful of my portion sizes and eating more nutrient dense meals. I think it's great. Find what works for you. Element is not sponsoring this video. I work with them on a lot, but they make a huge difference in my down days. That's why I continue working with them. We've been partners for like over 3.5 years at this point because I love them so much. Some people, I've never had nauseous as an issue of mine. Some people say it helps with them with nausea or headaches. For me, I get sore muscles like in my legs. That makes a huge difference. I don't know if you've ever tried that. It's something worth considering. I use Element. There are many electrolytes, but that's something to consider if you ever try a full day fast again. I don't know. Do ADHD meds affect my hunger? I personally don't feel like they do for me. I haven't seen it as an issue, but I take my ADHD meds in the morning and then I fast anyways during the day, and I'm good at fasting, so I don't tend to feel hungry, and then I eat later in the day. So I don't know if it's just because I tend to eat later generally, but I did take it this morning and I'm still eating this meal. This cold McDonald's meal now. From me waiting, not from McDonald's. My emotions are so high when I fast, especially anger. I don't feel like I get that way, except when I was learning to fast. I'm curious if you're in the beginning of your fasting journey. When it's new and it's not your way of life, I definitely was like, I haven't eaten yet, leave me alone. But I don't feel that anymore. I am so routine with fasting that it is my normal, if that makes sense. So I don't have that same like, this is what is going on. I usually am eating now. If you're not new, I don't really have any advice for you because I don't experience it. I'm sorry. I know that's like a crappy way to say it, but it's very much true. Let's see. If I had coffee with milk and sugar, is that okay when fasting? I wouldn't do that. I definitely would think that would break your fast. I definitely, yeah, I once tried just cream in my coffee because some people say they do that. It gave me the most giant headache instantly because I didn't eat again. I've never had coffee with cream and sugar while fasting. I 100% would consider that a fast breaker, and I think it would make it very, very hard to fast. I recently read McDonald's fries have lots of things like chemicals in them instead of just potatoes. I have no clue. That also does not surprise me. It is, I mean, whatever you read about fast food, it's never glorious reviews, right? But I'm going to get back to eating them. And I'm guessing all my pickle salt just adds to the chemicals, right? But it's definitely highly processed food. That doesn't surprise me at all. Thankfully, I don't eat them all the time. But I am going to finish my live, or finish eating this. Thank you for joining me on the live. I thought it would be fun. If you get it today, let me know in the comments on the replay what you get. And if you enjoyed your socks, I'm pretty excited to get these. And I'll see if my British friend wants to get them too. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful December 2nd. Bye.